Welcome to channel Guruvartha Kirti. Good evening, my students. Hope you are all doing good. Myself, N.A. Papati, Assistant Professor ECE, Vaihe College of Engineering. In this video, we are going to discuss about the next topic, important topic, pulse code modulation. The pulse code modulation is also comes under the category of pulse modulation technique. In analog pulse modulation, there will be two concepts. One is pulse code modulation, another one is pulse amplitude modulation, another one is pulse precision modulation, right? So pulse code modulation is one of the pulse modulation technique. Analog, it comes under the category of pulse analog pulse modulation technique. In this we are going to discuss about the transmitter as well as receiver part of pulse code modulation. So the definition of pulse code modulation is the analog signals are input here is analog signal. Analog signals are converted by means of coded pulses. That coded pulses may be 8 bit, 16 bit, 32 bit, 64 bit up to 256 bits. So so again I'm telling about the definition. Analog signals are sampled and then converted by means of coded pulses. So input here is about analog signal, because we know that already anything in nature it will be analog signal that can be converted into digital. The primary part here is pulse code modulation. So here in the block diagram, you consider the block diagram. In this block diagram, we'll be having in transmitter part, we'll be having three important part. One is sampling, another one is quantization, another one is encoding. Sampling, quantizing, encoding. So in this block, we are giving analog signal as x of t, because we know that the signal can be classified. The amplitude is denoted as x of t, the time period is denoted as y of t. This is given as input. This is band limited to WHz, because this is a low pass filter. It allows only a low signal. So low pass filter is band limited to WHz. Then the low pass filter output is given to x dash of t, is given to sample and hold circuit. Sample and hold circuit performs the sampling at a rate fs is greater than or equal to 2 omega. We have discussed about this thing. The sampling rate for any analog signal should be fs is greater than or equal to 2 omega. Why we are taking that means sufficient gap will be there in the spectrum. So for that purpose only we are going for sampling rate is greater than or equal to 2 omega. Here in order to provide the sampling rate, particular sampling rate, we will be having oscillator. That oscillator is given to the timer. From the timer it is given to the parallel to serial converter as well as fs, as well as sample and hold circuit. So in order to perform sampling at a rate fs is greater than or equal to 2 fm, we have to provide a sampling rate. So that sampling rate is we are providing by means of oscillator, right? So here we are providing the sampling rate for sample and hold circuit as well as parallel to serial converter. Why do we provide this particular sampling rate for parallel to serial converter also, I'll tell you the later. Here if the sampling is performed means the output will be like this only. After sampling, the signal output here is like this, so that it is denoted as x of nts, x of n into ts. Then the sampled signal is given to the q level quantizer. In the q level quantizer, the output becomes like step size. So each level is q level, different levels will be having. So this is a q level quantizer, that is multi-level. In this output we'll be considering this is a multi-level PAM signal. multi-level PAM signal. Why do we call this multi-level PAM signal? Because in each and every step there will be an amplitude. This at this instant there will be amplitude, at this instant there will be amplitude, at this instant there will be at different instants there will be an amplitude. After that is given to the binary decoder. It converts the binary decoder by means of different bits. How it encoding happening? We are assigning some binary bits to this side. If we are performing Q level quantization, mean four level means there will be four kinds of encoding: 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. If you are performing Q level quantization by means of 8 levels, means we have to give coding as like this. So we have to give coding binary bit as like this: 0 0. 3 bits we have to assign for 8 levels Q level quantization. So number of level here is the step, the number of level is this one. So based on that we will be assigning 2 bit or 3 bit or 4 bit. So if you are assigning 3 bits to each level, means it is 8 level combination: 0 0 0 1 0 10 0 11 and 100. So this is about the parallel bits. We cannot send the PCM signal to the channel as a parallel bit. For that purpose, what we have to do is we have to convert it into serial bit. For that, here we are providing parallel to serial converter. Normally a parallel to serial converter is a shift register. Shift register performs parallel to serial conversion. For that we are providing parallel in serial out shift register. So shift register also needs clock. For that purpose only here we are providing sampling rate. In order to perform a clock, here we are providing a sampling rate we are providing from the oscillator. So for sample and hold circuit and parallel to serial converter, we will be providing sampling rate. So after that the single bit PCM signal is transmitted through the channel. In the channel also there will be a lot of according to certain distance there will be a lot of regenerative repeaters will be there. So why do we provide regenerative repeaters? In channel itself there will be there is a possibility to add noise. There is a possibility to add noise to the original signal. So in order to get the cleaned PCM, we are providing at a sufficient distance we will be providing regenerative repeater. This gives the cleaned PCM at the input to the receiver. So this is what the operation of generator. Next we will be discussing about receiver. That is explained in this slide. So before going to discuss about a receiver, we will be calculating transmission bandwidth in PCM. So transmission bandwidth in PCM. For that you consider here transmission bandwidth. Here we will be having here let the quantizer. So we know that quantizer output is like this. Will be use the V bits. For each level V bit is we are assigning. V bit we are assigning. Then the number of levels. So number of step size, based upon number of step size Q level is designed or Q level is decided. So Q level depends upon the number of bits, V bits we are assigning. That is represented in terms of 2 power V. Here 2 power V. So suppose Q represents the total number of digital levels, means the digital level of Q level quantizer. Suppose if we are assigning 3 bits, means 8 level will be there. Suppose we are assigning 2 bits, means 4 level will be there. Each sample is converted to binary bits, that is V bits. Here we are going to calculate number of bits per second. So this bits per second is used to calculate the speed of the PCM as well as the transmission bandwidth. So number of bits per second, bits per second is equal to number of samples per second into number of samples per number of bits per sample, number of samples per second. So that number of bits per sample is equal to number of samples per second. So sample get cancelled, bits per second will be we are obtaining. So this is about the number of bits per second. Number of bits per sample is nothing but V, and the number of samples per second is Fs is greater than or equal to 2 omega. So number of bits per second R is equal to, this is also called signaling rate or bit rate. Signaling rate or bit rate. So Fs is V into Fs is equal to R. This is called bit rate or signaling rate. Based upon the bit, we will be assigning. So, V bits per sample and Fs samples per second. This is about the bit rate. So, after that, we will be calculating. This is also called, I have told you that this is also called signaling rate. Here Fs is greater than or equal to 2 omega. Then we are calculating the transmission bandwidth. So bandwidth needed for PCM, always the bandwidth needed for PCM is equal to half of the signaling rate. Sorry. Always the signaling rate is equal to half of the signaling rate. Transmission bandwidth is equal to, just now we have calculated signaling rate. So half of the signaling rate is 1 by 2 R, and BT is greater than or equal to 1 by 2. Instead of R we can substitute Fs is V into Fs, or otherwise we can substitute, instead of Fs we will be substituting what? 2 omega. So this two will be get cancelled. After that you will be getting BT is greater than or equal to V omega. So this is about the transmission bandwidth needed for PCM signal. So PT is greater than or equal to 1 by 2 R, and R V into Fs or V omega. This is about the transmission bandwidth needed for PCM. It is the half of the signaling rate. So next we are going to discuss about the PCM receiver. The PCM receiver is here. So we know that in a transmission channel there will be a wired channel. In wired channel, due to the aging of a cable or any other environmental effects, based on that the noise will be added to the PCM signal. In order to clean the PCM signal, we will be using several levels of regenerative repeaters. So after regenerative repeater, the output becomes cleaned PCM. So here also we are providing a timer which is synchronized with the transmitter. In that case, in transmitter we are providing serial to parallel to serial converter we have provided. But here what we have to do is we have to do serial to parallel converter here. We have to use serial to parallel converter. So in that case, parallel bits can be converted into single bit. Here we are converting single bit into parallel bits. After that we will be using D2A conversion. In transmitter section we will be using analog to digital conversion. Here we will be using digital to analog conversion. After that the sample and hold circuit will be we will be performing. After that this is given to the low pass filter. After the low pass filter you will be getting smooth out of signal, smooth signal X of t, because we have quantized this level now. This quantization level after sample and hold circuit will be giving to the low pass filter. After low pass filter you will be getting the smooth output signal. How do we get a smooth output signal? The top of the pulse having the amplitude. So if you are plotting the signal, you will be getting x of t. So every time in the receiver we will be providing low pass filter to get the original message, analog message signal. This is about the block diagram explanation of receiver, PCM receiver. In this topic we have discussed about transmitter section of PCM and receiver section of PCM and transmission bandwidth of PCM. So in transmitter section we have considered three terms: A to D conversion, that is sampling, quantizing and encoding. After that we have converted into parallel to serial conversion. In receiver we have performed repeaters and serial to parallel converter. After that D to A conversion we have performed. In order to get the original message signal, we will be passing our original message, that is sampled signal, into low pass filter. So in transmission bandwidth, BT is equal to half of the signaling rate. We have calculated R is equal to V into Fs. We have calculated R is equal to V into Fs. That V is nothing but bits, number of samples per bit, number of bits per sample and number of samples per second. So both we have calculated. Based on that we have calculated BT, which is nothing but half of the signaling rate. Half of the signaling rate is nothing but V into Fs, or BT is greater than or equal to V omega. We have calculated. This is about the articulation of this PCM. So up to this PCM is over. In next topic we will be discussing about signal to quantization noise ratio of PCM. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you.